have pretty much have all their, they get anything they want done because they have such a good Republican committeeman. And he's been in office and his family's been in office. And here's where I go back to saying the family, because he's been involved in politics, so he's now he's making a very good committeeman because he took over for his father. And it's the family, and it's the knowing the connections and knowing the people and the politicians. And like I said, the other politicians know that he has the backing and the support of his membership, and that's how the Republicans get a lot of things done out there in Leyden Township. And I think that if we, now that Leyden Township is pretty much turning Democrat, there's a lot of Democrats moving it. The trend has it now that, I mean, even in the presidential race, there was, Obama actually won Leyden Township over McCain. So now you see, now just for those statistics right there, you see where the Democratic are voting out here. But is there any representation for them? No. And this is why I decided to get back in this race. They need someone, and that's being me, to organize them and to make them a strong voice out here in Leyden Township, because it pays off for the community in the long run. And that's the main thing.
Well, getting back a little bit on something that we talked about earlier, right, getting things done. When I think of Leyden Township, I think of the unincorporated Leyden Township part, and not so much the municipalities. We do have municipalities. In fact, the bulk of Leyden Township is made up of municipalities as compared to the unincorporated area. Different mayors, independent, Democrat, Republican. What could you, as a Leyden Democratic Committeeman, do for these individual communities, these individual cities, towns, if you will?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, here's a simple fact now. Say the mayor of Elmwood Park, which we are in right now. Now he's affiliated with the Republican Party, and he hears their point of view on certain things. Now there's also a lot of Democrats in Elmwood Park. I think he would want to be aware of their points of view too. I mean, to make a better decision on what's going to affect all the people in the community. So he's not just hearing one side of the story, which would be the Republican side of the story. He's hearing both sides of the story. So that's where a Democratic and a Republican committeeman could benefit mayors of these townships, because they'll hear from the whole community, not just their parties. And you know yourself that all the mayors they run independently from, they don't have to declare Republican or Democrat. But most of them out in Leyden Township, I believe, are Republican. And it's nice to have a strong voice on the other side, just so their residents have somewhere else to go to. And then, like I said, together we could be strong, and then they'll listen to their concerns for the same community that we all live in.
So if I understand it right, if I as a resident of Franklin Park, I have a issue of some sort, and I'm not sure if it's being handled properly, or I'm not even sure which way to go. And if I came to you, you would speak on my behalf to be it the mayor or one of the other departments?
Right. That's exactly what I would do. I mean, you're a Democrat in my district. You had a concern about something. And
what if I was Republican in your district?
Well, you could come to my office too. I mean, here would be the thing. Republicans and Democrats, it's all about the community. I mean, if you wanted to come to me and you wanted something done, that would be fine. If you were a Republican and you wanted to go to the Republican Party, that's fine. If you're an independent, you could still come here and voice your concerns, and we could take that to the municipalities or to the county or to the state. I mean, that's what it is. It's knowing the politicians that are in office and being on a friendly basis with them. You get more flies with, what is it, with, with honey than you, I mean, that's just it. You don't want to have the opposition. You want to work together. Republicans, Democrats, independents, it's basically all for the community. But if you do go party lines, you have the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. That's for most of the state races and the county races. But if you go in municipalities, they actually, a lot of the municipalities have their own parties. They make them their own parties as their group of people from the district. But you want all sides heard from, because then you hear more of the concerns of the people and the residents of your town. And that's where it's going to benefit everybody.
Well, I noticed reading over some of your campaign literature here that you're dedicated to building, expanding, and invigorating your Democratic Party. Can you explain what you mean, especially by expanding?
Well, here's the thing. Say a person moves into Leyden Township right now, and he's a Democrat from the city of Chicago or from another suburb, and they just relocated their family here in Leyden Township. Right now, there's nowhere to go. There's no one to talk to. What I want to do is, I want to have a membership drive. Just members. I mean, it doesn't cost anything. It's not, I'm not asking for money or anything like that. It's just to become a member. Stay in touch with your community and your party, your political party. And this is what's lacking. And this goes back to now, people used to move into Leyden Township, they thought they automatically had to become a Republican because this was a Republican area. They actually had to change their organization because this was Republican. And I'm not going to go out there as a Democrat. But now there's so many Democrats that are moving in. They need somewhere to go. And that's what's been lacking in Leyden Township for a long time. And it's not about the committeemen. It's about the people that are moving in. You need the voice of the people. It's not just what the committeeman says, like I told you before. So the more members, the more voice the members have in policy and the issues of Leyden Township. And that makes a big difference. If, like I said, if you have a strong organization, you'll get things done.
Now, I'm going to go back a little bit on what you were talking about, working together. And lately, I have noticed, been involved a little bit myself not that long ago, Republicans, Democrats seem to be working more closely together. It wasn't that long ago where you had that rigid line and neither side crossed it. At least that was my observation. And it seems now I'm seeing more and more Republicans and Democrats actually working hand in hand and together. And what's your observations on this?
You know what I think it is? I think it's really that, and I really hate to say this, but I think it's the Democrats are coming out here. They have no Democratic organization to go to, so they have to talk to the Republican organization. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. That's why they're working hand in hand. I mean, they want to keep their allegiance to the Democratic Party when they move out here. And they also want to get stuff done, and they want to be heard. So they don't have a Democratic committeeman to go through now. So I think that's why you're seeing them crossing over. It's still a Republican Party out here, and the Democrats are crossing. It's not as much working together as the Democrats coming out here working with the Republicans because they see that the Republicans get stuff done out here. And that's what, and they don't want to feel left out. And this is where it comes back to the membership drive and trying to build up a stronger Democratic Party. And that's what my whole campaign is going to be about. And the next 4 years, if I'm elected, committeemen are going to be about. And that is, I want every Democrat to register with the Democratic organization out here. We could do mailings, we could do flyers, we could do phone calls. I mean, chain phone calls. We could just talk to each other and know what we want to do out here in Leyden Township. I mean, and we'll get stuff done. And I'll tell you what, it's going to make for a much better community than we have right now.
Okay, on that note, let me ask you something from my vantage point. Okay, here I am. I'm Bill Ruhl, a Republican. What can you, as the Leyden Democratic Committeeman, Democrat, what can I expect? What can you do for me, Bill Ruhl, Republican?
Well, you have a very good, you have a good point here. The whole thing is, you're a Republican. Now, does that mean I don't talk to you? I mean, and that's what it's been out here. You know, you're a Democrat. You're you're not allowed out here, this is a Republican area. No,